Formula Slav sounds like an interesting idea. This is Crystal Racing here with another video talking about what another potential Formula racing series that could be coming to Eastern Europe, the Middle East, Central Asia, hell, even maybe Northern Africa it could race in. I mean, let's be honest, there surely has to be a breaking point in terms of the whole eco-green agenda in regards to the hybrid engines and, of course, electric engines. Of course, Formula E being created almost a decade ago for this series, with Lucas di Grassi being a huge promoter of it. But here's the thing, though. Most of the energy and the fuel being burned comes from, of course, the trucks, the freight, the lorries, the aeroplanes that carry all the bits and pieces, the toolkits, the cars, and the computers to all the circuits around the world. With Formula Slav, it would be a return to the old days of Formula 1. Okay, yes, there'll be some modern fixing in there, such as the halo. Maybe the ban on refueling will stay, but of course, this new Formula Slav series could have anywhere up to about 16 race weekends per year and have, I don't know, maybe 2 races a weekend. And if it can attract the likes of Ferrari and Red Bull to leave Formula 1 and maybe get a few drivers who have been kicked out of Formula 1 or have retired, like Kubica, Kvyat, Daniil, Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen, it could start having success. But of course, if it was to attract the likes of Fernando, Alonso, and Max Verstappen, and some of these drivers actually struggle against some of the younger Eastern European drivers coming through, as well as, of course, drivers from the Middle East, Central Asia, and possibly, of course, the likes of Morocco and Algeria. Who knows? We could be having a very interesting rival Formula series. Of course, the cars they won't be spec, but they will be heavily restricted in the sort of rules and regulations, and they will limit the number of parts that can be modified during a weekend, and of course what sort of bits and pieces can be developed in between race weekends, the amount of testing. Of course, I mean, it will be sort of like it'll bear similarities to IndyCar racing, I suppose, without the oval circuits. But you know, if football carries on the way it is, and yes, I know I did say in another video that you could reduce the whole Formula 1 calendar to just 4 race weekends and then make all the usual suspect races of the series or GP1, but that's not going to happen because we all know the sponsors and manufacturers want to be investing in machinery that they made, not what someone else like Delora or some other car company made for them, because of course the sport wants to create a spec series. That's not going to happen. And I think at this point we are now about to realistically see a breakaway series, but not in the way you will expect it to be. And it could be literally a series based in Eastern Europe and of course parts of Asia and Northern Africa. Of course, I think the team bases will mostly be in Italy and Austria, of course, if Red Bull and Ferrari come, but it could also be based in the Czech Republic. You know, Charouz could come into this series. Carling and Prema could bring their factories over to Eastern Europe, perhaps. I mean, ART could join in the fun. Hell, Poland could be home to some of these new teams. Maybe Hungary, Slovakia. You know, Finland could go and finally host a major single-seater Grand Prix event. Not that they've ever been that bothered, but who knows? Because of course, you know, Finland, Czech Republic, Poland, I don't know, maybe Romania, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Greece. A lot of these countries have never hosted an F1 race and probably never will because of the hosting fees involved. Possibly even, I don't know, Morocco, Algeria could host a race. Turkey, Uzbekistan. I know that sounds far-fetched, but it could happen. And of course, some of the races that currently can't, some of the countries that can't host a race right now, like Portugal could host a race. I don't know, maybe my mind's gone blank. I think I've rambled it off. Maybe even, who knows, Turkey could host a race because they can barely get on the F1 calendar. Thank you for watching.